There comes a moment when your heart is tired of listening to fear, when your soul is exhausted from explaining itself, when the world keeps reminding you of everything you are not, and suddenly a quiet, trembling voice rises from inside and says, I can do this. Not because the road is easy, not because the pain is gone, not because you are fearless, but because you are still standing, still breathing, still believing that your story is not finished yet. That one sentence is not motivation, it is a decision. A decision to stop negotiating with doubt and start trusting your inner strength. This is not a speech about perfection. This is a speech about persistence, about choosing courage on days when confidence is absent, about waking up with broken pieces and still showing up with faith. I can do this is not said loudly to impress the world. It is whispered softly to heal yourself. It is a promise you make when no one is clapping, when no one understands your struggle, when the scars are fresh and the answers are unclear. This is where real power is born. Today, this message is not asking you to become someone new. It is reminding you of who you already are. You are stronger than your worst day, braver than your loudest fear, and more capable than your past has allowed you to believe. Say it with me, not as hope, but as truth. I can do this. Belief before proof. Belief is born long before the world agrees with you. It rises when circumstances are still silent and results are nowhere to be seen. It is the courage to stand in front of uncertainty and say, I trust myself even when nothing around me makes sense. Because belief is not a reaction to success. Belief is the foundation that creates success. And those who wait for proof before believing often remain stuck waiting forever. There are moments when everything looks impossible, when doors stay closed, when people question your vision, and even your own mind tries to negotiate with doubt. But this is exactly where belief becomes your strength. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady and unshakable. Because believing in yourself during chaos is the bravest decision you will ever make. Belief before proof means choosing faith over fear, choosing inner voice over outer noise, choosing growth even when comfort feels safer. It means standing alone, if required, trusting that what you are building inside will one day show outside. Even if today no one claps for you, even if today the path feels empty, this belief transforms you quietly. It changes how you walk, how you speak, how you rise after falling. It teaches you that you do not need permission to believe in your worth. Because the moment you say, I can do this without evidence, you activate a strength that no failure can weaken. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is often misunderstood. It is labeled as weakness, as failure, as something to escape from. But pain is actually a teacher that arrives uninvited to build what comfort never could. It pushes you into awareness, strips you of illusions, and shows you how strong you truly are when everything familiar falls apart. There are nights when pain feels heavy, when it sits in your chest and refuses to leave, when questions outnumber answers, and silence becomes loud. But even in those moments, pain is not there to break you. It is there to carve resilience into your soul, teaching you how to breathe through storms. Every scar you carry is proof that you survived something you once thought would end you. Pain turns ordinary people into warriors without announcing it. It strengthens your patience, deepens your empathy, and sharpens your purpose, making you capable of handling things you once feared. When you stop fighting pain and start learning from it, you realize it did not come to stay forever. It came to prepare you. And when you say, I can do this despite the pain, you take control back from suffering and transform it into silent power, progress over perfection. Perfection is a beautiful illusion that keeps many people frozen, waiting for the right moment, the right confidence, the right conditions. But progress belongs to those who move even when everything is imperfect, because growth happens through action, not approval. Some days progress looks powerful. Other days it looks like simply not giving up. Like getting out of bed with tired eyes and heavy thoughts. Like choosing effort over excuses. And those small unseen steps matter more than flawless results that never begin. Progress teaches humility, patience, and consistency. It reminds you that becoming better is more important than looking perfect. And every step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration that you still believe in yourself. When you choose progress, you give yourself permission to learn, to fall, to rise again, and to keep moving with honesty. Because saying I can do this does not mean you will never fail. It means you will never stop trying. Your story has power. Your story is not ordinary. It carries lessons written through struggle, silence, and survival. Every chapter you lived through shaped a strength inside you that no one else can replicate. And this is why your journey matters. What you went through was not random. It refined your character, deepened your understanding, and taught you compassion for pain you once did not recognize. Your experiences did not weaken you. They equipped you with wisdom earned through endurance. There are people who will recognize themselves in your resilience, who will find hope in your honesty, who will draw courage from the fact that you kept going despite the odds. And your story will speak even when you remain silent. When you accept your story instead of hiding it, you unlock its power. Because every time you say, I can do this, you remind yourself that you already did so much more than you once believed possible. Choice creates strength. Strength is not a gift reserved for the fearless. It is a habit built through daily choices. Through deciding to rise even when staying down feels easier. Through choosing effort over comfort and courage over convenience. Every morning gives you a choice to surrender to fear or to stand up with hope, to repeat old patterns or to create new ones. And each time you choose growth, you strengthen a part of you that fear cannot control. Even on days when motivation disappears, choice remains. The choice to show up, to try again, to speak kindly to yourself, to believe that today's effort is shaping tomorrow's strength. And when these choices repeat, they form resilience, discipline, and self-trust, until one day you realize that saying I can do this is no longer a sentence. It has become your identity. In the end, when you say I can do this, you are not denying the fear, the pain, or the uncertainty. You are rising above them with awareness and courage. You are choosing to trust your strength even when your hands are shaking and your heart feels tired. Because confidence is not the absence of struggle, it is the decision to move forward while carrying it. And every step you take with belief reshapes your identity from someone who hopes to someone who acts. So hold this truth close on the days when progress feels slow and silence feels heavy. Remind yourself that you are built from endurance, shaped by challenges, and powered by choice. And every time doubt returns, answer it gently but firmly with the words that change everything, not as motivation, not as a wish, but as a promise to yourself that no storm can erase. I can do this.